Hi, I'm Patrick Reagan. Welcome to the Printers and Multifunction Devices video series. In this series, we'll dive deep into printers, scanners, and multifunction devices, how they work, and how to work with them. This final video is about troubleshooting printers. We'll cover common printer issues and walk through effective ways to diagnose and fix them. If you find this video helpful, hit the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the Pat Has Your Back channel. And for those who are prepping for the A+ exam, stick around, practice questions are waiting for you at the end. Printers tend to be high failure devices, mainly because they're full of moving parts like motors, gears, and rollers that wear down over time. The printing subsystem includes the printer itself, its cables, and the port or network connection it uses. If your printer's not responding, here's a quick checklist. Start simple. Is the printer powered on, online, and not stuck in sleep mode? Are there any indicator lights? Check physical connections. Ensure all cables are firmly seated. Try reseating both ends or swap them out entirely. USB connection issues? Plug into a different USB port and test again. For network printers, try pinging the printer. Access its web interface by going to http:// in the IP address or https:// in the IP address. Look for IP conflicts, misconfigured VLANs, or firewalls that could be blocking access. Many printers rely on DHCP reservations. Double-check your DHCP server settings, including reservations, and any IP helpers or relay agents. Wireless printers? Look for weak or unstable Wi-Fi signals, incorrect SSIDs, or mismatched passwords. Front panel diagnostics? Check for error codes or indicator lights, and always consult the user manual or online resources for guidance. Most printers have a built-in self-test feature. You can usually trigger it using buttons on the front panel. This will print a configuration page showing current settings and status. From Windows, you can also send a test page to the printer. Just open the Printer Properties dialog box and click Print Test Page. The document won't print from an application, but the test page does. Try printing from a different application. If that works, the issue likely lies with the original app, not the printer. If the test page doesn't print either, double check that the port the printer is connected to is enabled. For network printers, verify that it's using the correct IP address, subnet mask, and default gateway. And don't forget to check the system logs for any error messages that often point you straight to the root of the issue. Seeing lines down the page? Here's how to troubleshoot. Inkjet printers. Start by cleaning the print heads. If that doesn't solve it, the culprit could be a faulty cartridge. Try replacing it. For laser printers, check the photosensitive drum for scratches or damage. A compromised drum can leave repeated marks or streaks down the page. In addition, problems with the fuser assembly, including damage or debris, can cause this problem. Here are some examples of seeing garbled print that may have included strange characters or what may look like PCL or programming code. Getting garbled output, random characters or chunks of code instead of your documents? Here's how to troubleshoot. Check the printer driver. Make sure you install the correct driver for your printer model. Update the driver. Even a slightly outdated or corrupted driver can cause issues. Grab the latest version from the manufacturer's site. Use the correct page description language. Some printers need a specific format like PCL or PostScript. Using the wrong one can produce gibberish. Inspect the cable. A damaged or low-quality cable can corrupt data between the device and the printer. Watch out for interference. Cables running near motors or fluorescent lighting may pick up electromagnetic interference or EMI. Reroute the cables or try shielding them. If toner is smudging on laser printer pages, it likely means that the toner isn't being properly melted and fused to the paper. This points to a fuser issue. The fuser assembly may be faulty and need replacement. If you have faded prints or blank pages, check for low toner or ink. You should also check the fuser, which could indicate poor bonding of toner to the paper. Dealing with paper jams? Here's how to tackle them safely and effectively. Check the display panel. Most printers will show exactly where the jam is, and to give step-by-step instructions to help you clear it. Look for guides, refer to the user manual, or check inside the printer. Many models have diagrams near the paper path. Remove paper carefully. First, look for knobs or releases, particularly in copy machines that will move the paper manually through the paper path or allow for easier removal of the paper. If you have no knobs or releases, gently pull the paper to avoid ripping it or damaging internal components like rollers or gears. Persistent jams, inspect the paper path for obstructions or debris. A thorough cleaning might be needed. For creased paper, this usually signals a paper path problem. Make sure you're using the correct paper type and weight recommended for your printer. Hearing a grinding noise from your printer? That's a red flag for mechanical trouble. Usually means that something is misaligned, obstructed, broken, or just worn out. Here's what to check. Worn or damaged gears. Open the printer and inspect the gear assemblies. Replace any gears that show signs of wear or damage. Paper jams or debris. Thoroughly check all paper paths, including the duplexer and paper trays, and remove any obstructions. Misaligned or dirty rollers. Dirty rollers can cause jams and strange noises. Clean them with isopropyl alcohol and realign them if needed. Grinding from the rear or during warm-up. This often points to a bad fuser. Inspect the fuser and replace it if necessary. Inkjet cartridge issues. If the printhead carriage isn't gliding smoothly, inspect for a worn carriage belt or dried out lubrication. In poorly seated components, a toner cartridge, ink cartridge, or tray that isn't locked in properly can cause noise. Try reseating them and check for broken tabs. When you hear a grinding noise, stop printing immediately. Continuing can cause more damage. Follow the diagnostic tips to pinpoint them. Inspect carefully. Power off the printer, open it up, and gently move internal parts like the carriage or rollers. Feel any resistance. Use diagnostics. Some printers log mechanical errors. Check the status panel or enter diagnostic mode if available. Listen closely. After powering it back on, try to identify where the noise is coming from during startup. Avoid common mistakes. Never force paper out during a jam. This can shred the paper or damage parts. Don't use sprays like WD-40. Stick to dry lubricants or products recommended by the manufacturer. Persistent grinding? The noise continues after cleaning and inspection or comes with error codes confirm fuser or gear damage. It's time to consider professional repair or replacement. Under warranty or in a managed print service, this is a great moment to use it. Paper not feeding correctly or grabbing multiple pages at once? Here's what to check. Tray and pickup rollers. Ensure the paper is loaded properly and the pickup rollers are in good condition. Clean or replace the rollers. Dust or wear can prevent proper pickup. A quick cleaning or a new roller might solve the problem. Inspect the separation pad. The small component prevents multiple pages from feeding at once. If it's worn, replace it. Maintenance tip. The pickup roller and separation pad are often included in the laser printer's maintenance kit. Consult your model's manual for details. Print jobs coming out on the wrong paper size? Here's what to check. Tray selection. Ensure the print job is targeting the correct tray. Many printers default to a different tray if one isn't specified. Paper loading. Double check that the tray has the correct size paper loaded and that the paper guides are properly aligned. Printer settings. Confirm the paper size settings in both the printer driver and the application you're printing from. They need to match what's in the tray. Printer control panel. Some printers let you manually assign paper sizes to trays. Make sure these settings are accurate. Frozen print queue? It's a common headache in both local and network print environments when the queue locks up and nothing prints. Typical signs include job stuck in printing or queued status that never finish, printer shows ready but nothing happens, job deletion fails where entries won't cancel or hang indefinitely, new jobs pile up at the end with no progress, and error printing where messages appear without any output. Multiple print jobs stuck in the queue? Here's what to check. Printer power and connectivity. Make sure the printer's powered on and properly connected, whether it's local or network. For network printer setup, For network devices, verify that the printer has the correct network configuration and is reachable. Corrupted print jobs. A bad print job can crash the spooler. Try deleting the job that's stuck or behaving oddly. Restart the spooler. Restart the print spooler service to refresh the print queue. Check disk space. Is sufficient disk space where the spooler stores print jobs on the local machine or print server can stop printing cold. Review logs. Use the Windows Event Viewer or other system logs to uncover underlying issues. Update drivers. Outdated or buggy drivers can cause unexpected queue behaviors. Download the latest from the manufacturer's site. To fix a frozen print queue in Windows, cancel all print jobs by opening Control Panel, Devices and Printers, right-click the printer, click What's Printing, click Printer, cancel all documents. Restart the print spooler service by pressing the Windows key plus R, type services.msc, find and right-click the print spooler, and click Restart. To clear the print spooler manually, if jobs won't delete, use the following commands. Netstop spooler, delete %systemroot /system32 /spool /printers /star /q. Netstart spooler. Then try rebooting the printer and PC. Update or reinstall printer drivers and re-add the printer if the queue remains unresponsive. Seeing double images or speckling on laser printouts? The issue often comes down to a dirty or worn imaging system. Here's how to troubleshoot. Optical drum issues, where residual toner or debris on the drum can cause ghosting or echo images. Make sure the drum is being properly cleaned between print cycles. Clean the primary corona wire. Use a manufacturer's brush or lint-free cotton swab to gently remove buildup. Be cautious, this component is delicate. Conditioning roller. Use a cotton swab with isopropyl alcohol to clean the roller, especially if toner isn't adhering evenly. Maintenance kits. Many laser printers offer a maintenance kit that includes components like rollers, separation pads, and sometimes the corona wire. Consult your printer's documentation. Still not fixed? The toner cartridge itself might be the problem. Consider replacing it to resolve persistent print defects. If the output colors are different than what is on the screen, you may need to calibrate the monitor and/or the printer. Check the paper. Bright white paper provides good color representation. A third-party calibration tool will help. You should also check the toner and ink levels. Finishing refers to the final steps in the printing process. What happens after ink or toner has been applied? This includes options like stapling, collation, and hole punching. Stapling issues. Consult the printer's manual or manufacturer's website for guidance on clearing jams or correcting misfires. Hole punch misalignment. Ensure the latest printer driver is installed. Incorrect or outdated drivers can miscommunicate page layout and finishing settings. Portrait versus landscape not lining up with expectations? Try these steps to resolve orientation issues. Check your print settings. In the print dialog of your application, confirm the orientation settings, portrait or landscape. Also check the default orientation set in your printer's driver or control panel. Update or reinstall the printer driver. Formatting glitches are often driver related. Download and install the latest driver from the manufacturer's website to ensure full compatibility. Inspect the paper tray. Make sure the tray is loaded correct with paper aligned properly. The tray settings in the paper size must match what's configured in the printer software. Using a laser printer? If output is slow, incomplete, or failing altogether, consider these checks. Printer memory. Complex print jobs, especially ones with graphics or large documents, require sufficient printer memory. Upgrade if you're consistently seeing print failures or partial pages. Driver accuracy. An incorrect or outdated driver can cause communication errors or formatting problems. Always install the correct and latest driver from the manufacturer's website. Paper size settings. Ensure the paper size selected in the print dialog matches what's actually loaded in the tray. Mismatches can cause misalignment, clipping, or job rejection. Question: The graphics department has an issue with printing large graphic images on a laser printer, while small text documents print with no problem. What is most likely the cause of the problem? Answer: you need more memory in the printer. Question: you have an inkjet printer that the colors are incorrect when printing graphics. Which should you check? Answer: you need to calibrate the print heads. Question: on a laser printer, the printer is picking up multiple sheets of paper from the paper tray. What is most likely the cause of the problem? Answer: the separation pad. Question: you just printed a report and you have strange characters coming out of the printer. What should you do to fix this? Answer: install the correct driver. Question: you have a printer that uses carbon paper. The company reports that the first page is printing too light, although the following pages are still legible. Which of the following most likely needs to be fixed? Answer: the ribbon is low on ink or missing and must be replaced to get proper output. Question: you're troubleshooting poor printing quality on an inkjet printer. The pages have white lines running through the text and graphics. Which of the following is most likely the cause? Answer: clogged printhead. Question: you replace the printer's ink cartridge and all the print jobs contain shadowing. Which of the following should the technician do first? Answer: run the printer's alignment process. Question: a regularly used laser printer is printing vertical lines on each page. Which of the following should the technician do first? Answer: replace the toner cartridge. Question: you're experiencing an issue with the network printer. You test the printer and notice the shadows on some of the attempted test prints, with others having a line down the page and faded text. Which of the following should the technician replace to resolve the printer issue? Answer: user assembly. Question: Vertical streaks are appearing on the output of the laser printer. Which of the following items is the most likely cause? Answer: drum. Question: You notice that recent print jobs are not printing to the local printer despite having worked yesterday. You don't see any errors. Which should you do first? Answer: Make sure you're printing to the right printer. For more information, refer to these sites. In summary, printers are considered high failure item because it is a mechanical device with motors, gears, and rollers. Printers will often have self-tests and a printed page showing current configuration via buttons on the front panel. From Windows, you can send a test page to the printer by clicking the Opening the Print Properties dialog box and clicking the Print Test page. If you have lines down the paper, for inkjet printers, clean the print heads, and for laser printers, check for scratches on the photosensitive drum. If you have garbled print, such as strange characters or programming code, make sure you have the correct driver loaded. You can also try an updated printer driver. If the toner smudges, suspect a fuse or problem. If you have partial pages, for laser printers, make sure the printer has enough printer memory. Thank you for watching this video. This completes the Printers and Multifunction Devices series. Look for the Mobile Devices series. If you like this video, click the like button, and if you have not already, subscribe to the Pat Has Your Back channel. Thank you.